Hi and welcome to another episode of Dan Pearson Photo TV. Today we're going to have a little chat about the GoPro Hero 5 and how good a tool this is for vlogging. Now I've got my own opinion. What I'm going to try to do is to present a little bit of evidence and let you guys make your own mind up, but I will be adding some of my own semi-professional comments on exactly how I think this camera performs. Lots of people say, which is the best camera for vlogging? And the reality is, it's the camera that you have with you. The smaller and more diminutive the camera, the more likely you are to take it. And action cameras really do fit that mold very well indeed. In terms of quality, yes, you know there's going to be a loss in quality over a digital SLR. But there's no point having a all singing, all dancing digital SLR with amazing sound quality if it's actually too big and too heavy for you to take out with you a lot of the time. So what I wanted to do was to show you how I use GoPro's line of cameras, previous variants and also the new Hero 5. And I've actually shot a couple of family vlogs recently. These are vlogs that I don't necessarily put out, but I do use them to show family what we're up to, where we've been, etc. And I'm going to include a full vlog utilising primarily the Hero 5, but also some of Canon's 5D cameras and also a DJI Phantom 3. There's a little bit of footage in the vlog from that particular drone as well. So it'll give you a chance to see these back to back, and I'll be cutting back in and giving you some of my comments and insight on just how I think these perform, and also telling you a little bit more about which situations I think they perform best in. If you've got any questions, please comment below again, and it'd be great to see some of your vlogs and find out a little bit more about how you're using these cameras too. Anyway, let's crack on and actually watch a little bit of one of my own personal vlogs. Here we go. Well, we're here in Bamburgh and the castle's behind us, and it's still relatively miserable, but it's Northumberland. It's been raining. It's what it usually does. It's just awesome being out on the coastline, and we're exceptionally lucky to have this right within an hour's drive of where we are. It's pretty awesome. Oh, ow. A lot of beer pulling going on. Just doing a little bit of Snapchatting and GoProing all at the same time. Snapchatting and GoProing all at the same time. So, we're in a pub in Bamburgh, and I just want to point out just how completely insane my mother is, because I sent her a couple of Snapchats about 5 minutes ago, and she seems pretty convinced that we are in a caravan. And on the pretense of just winding her up, I've told her that we're in a boat, which is going to cause a lot of panic, because obviously we've got the baby with us, and she's going to think, well, baby's 8 months old and can't swim, and the weather's not great in Northumberland. So she sent back a text saying, OMG. And I just had to text her back and say, it's okay, I've bought her a life jacket, so she's going to be fine. But there is a storm coming in. On another note, the previous message there, she actually decided to call me whilst I was flying the drone, so that my entire flight screen is perfect, say incoming call from your mum, which is perfectly normal, because somehow she has a sixth sense and always manages to call me when I'm actually flying the drone. So of course the battery was on low voltage, low propulsion, and was on a kind of return to home cycle. But I couldn't see where the drone was by my eyes. I'd lost track of it from looking at the screen, and I couldn't actually see from the camera because incoming call. It's just a perfectly normal day for me and my crazy family. Teeny tiny monster. Apologies for the interruption, but this was a good point to talk to you about one of the other major advantages of the GoPro system, which is because of the small size of these cameras, you can mount them in lots of different ways. In the video, you've just seen me utilising the GoPro Hero 5 actually mounted onto a Manfrotto mini tripod, which I have here. Now, this is a very small ball socket tripod, which I have with a little ball socket head mounted on top of this as well. It gives me a bit more flexibility. Push button for the actual main part. Now these little accessories here, these are available on places like Amazon, and they are literally a few pounds or a few dollars depending on where you are. So I highly recommend these. Also, and this is one of the other major advantages of this product, is that it makes a great handle for actually using to film yourself direct, and it can help to give you a little bit of weight and slightly steadier footage. Combined with the electronic stabilisation on the GoPro Hero 5, that helps to ensure you get a very nice quality, steady piece of video. In terms of other options, we have one of the Jaws type clamps here. This is a third-party solution, it's not one of GoPro's. I've got a lot of these. I've got a couple of GoPro ones, and I've also got some third-party products as well. And they all pretty much stand up very well. The clamp power on this is pretty immense, and you can clamp them to everything. This is one of the tools that I use when I'm in urban environments, because you've got desks, chairs, tables, worktops, cupboards, doors, soft furnishings, curtains. These things can almost grip anything, and they're very adjustable. The little kind of piece of rubber in here allows you to tighten that right down to even grip very small items and very thin diameter items indeed. And ultimately you have almost an innumerable number of ways in which to position the GoPro. Combined with the Hero 5 again, you've got the screen, brilliant for getting absolutely perfect camera angles for your specific needs. That's a great product, recommend you buy one of these. Away from there, poles, which is another of my regular vlogging tools. This is a S3 pole from Symmetry, and one of the reasons that I quite like this particular product is because this extending handle turns this pole into a floating pole. Now, I do a lot of water sports. As some of you know, I love to jet ski, I love to be out in the sea, and it means that my camera is safe. It's very easy to come around and retrieve it. Once again, also has a wrist lanyard on there, which is easily adjustable to make sure that it doesn't fall off in the first place. Again, compact size. When we actually take this handle off, if you don't need the extra extension, you find that you've got a very small compact pole, but still plenty of extension if you need it. I've got here a little extending handle, a little extending mount on the end of this pole. And the reason for that is if once the camera's in place, it helps me to take out a lot of the pole and a lot of my arm when I'm actually doing longer, wider shots, which is a big benefit for me personally if I'm trying to get something which is a little bit less obvious and I'm using the pole. Again, found myself using the linear mode quite a lot with the GoPro Hero 5. Slightly less wide field of view, corrects a lot of the distortion, and I'm liking that for my vlogging. Let's go back to the video, and then you can see a few more of my comments at the end where I'll give you some of my conclusions on how we... So I'm here, the Hero 5, using the Canon 5D Mark III, which is still a great camera. And yes, I probably am going to buy the Canon 5D Mark IV, but I've not done so yet. Trying to decide. Got the new Panasonic GH5 coming out. Could be an interesting purchase as well. A lot of exciting stuff happening this year and a lot of new technology coming out. So I'm going to have to make a decision about what we're going to go for. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? Over 50s have to take the test again. 50's really not old.
No, I think 70.
What's my conclusion on the GoPro Hero 5 as a tool for vlogging? Well, my conclusion is very positive indeed. The small size of the GoPro cameras continue to make them the go-to tool for convenience, and you literally can pick these up, throw them into a pocket, take them with you, and that makes them an awesome vlogging tool. You are much more likely to be able to use the camera, because literally you have an incentive to take it with you. Where they fall down is really in low light, and as it starts to drop into twilight, certainly you will find that there's a distinct drop in the quality of the video footage, and that's to be accepted. You know, there's nothing that you can do about that. These are small sensor cameras. Are they still usable? Yeah. If you're using it as a tool to just simply record what's going on, then these are still great. And of course you can do a little bit of noise reduction in post-production if that's something that's really important to you. If you're looking for absolute quality, I'm afraid you're going to have to stomach carrying around a digital SLR that has a very high ISO performance level. And that's why we use the 5Ds. You know, they're great in low light, full frame sensor, and that's where they really start to stretch their legs. In terms of audio, well, the GoPro Hero 5, as we've already found, has 3 microphones, and it does pick up a much better surround sound field. It's a much better sound stage that you're picking in. There's a little bit of an effect on audio to some extent, but of course you can also utilize external microphones with the adapter, plug a microphone in if you want to get a little bit better quality direct audio. And that's one of the tools that I would use. I would literally just be able to use a little bit of an external mic with these when I'm doing a lot of recording where audio is important. And if I want to pick up a broader sound stage, I will literally take that off and let the 3 microphones that are on the GoPro pick up all of the ambient sounds that are around. And there's obviously lots of ways to get around that as well. If audio quality and absolute audio quality is crucial to you, use an external recorder. I actually kind of have one here, a very small one. This is a Tascam, a little small Tascam that we've got here. You can utilize one of these, sync your audio if that's something that you really want to do. All in all, it's a great tool. I've loved using it. You can see that I'm using it myself, and on that basis, it's something that I've got to recommend. Being able to quickly check back in and review your footage, etc. on the back of the screens proved very useful as well, and overall, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. For those of you wanting to get absolute ultimate quality, the reality is you're probably going to have one of these, and you're probably going to have a digital SLR and a compact or a decent bridge camera as well for different situations. If you only have one camera, can you still use this? Is this a camera that you can choose? Yeah, it's a great camera. And on that basis, again, enjoy. Look forward to seeing some of your own blogs. Don't forget to subscribe, comment below. I really do genuinely want to hear more about what you're using and how you're getting by with the cameras that you've chosen. Let me see some of your vlogs, let me see some of your footage that you're taking, post some links below, and just enjoy creating great images and great film. See you again next time, Dan Pearson Photo TV.